Newsday, Friday. I don't know if there's very much news or not. I haven't looked at it. I've been saving them, but I haven't really looked at them. Village resident arrested in South Booth during evening entertainment at Town Square. I may have read that before. The guy was on drugs, had a warrant for his arrest. A Lake County or a Lady Lake police officer recognized him and they arrested him. He had a warrant. That's political. I'm not reading that. I think I've read this one. I'm looking at some things here that look familiar. Yeah, this is from last week. I forgot to delete it. Sorry. "7-Eleven completely pulls out of plan for store on County Road 466 and Rolling Acres Road." There's a corner lot there that actually, with the building that's going on around here, is probably prime property. The problem with it is that whole corner area there is so busy all the time that if they put anything in there, that whole area needs to be redesigned, because there's not going to be an easy way in, and there's definitely not going to be an easy way out. And putting something like, I know that there was going to be a medical clinic to go in there. That plan was scrapped. There was going to be, I want to say, a Wawa or something like that was going to go in, and that was scrapped. And now the 7-Eleven was going to go in, and that is scrapped. So until somebody goes in there and redesigns Rolling Acres Road and possibly part of 466 right there with a right turn lane that they don't have now, and on Rolling Acres Road, I don't know what they got to do. I'm not an engineer when it comes to highway, but they're going to have to redesign that. And there's a guy that's on, I want to say, Lady Lake Town Board that has already vowed he is going to vote no on everything when it comes to Rolling Acre Road development, because apparently years ago somebody talked him into voting yes on something with the assurance that some work was going to be done on Rolling Acres Road to modernize it. And apparently that whoever that person was that he made the agreement with lied to him. Politics, right? And so he is mad about that, and so he's decided he's going to vote no on everything until something is done about Rolling Acres Road. And I don't want to get into all that argument there, but Rolling Acres Road and the village's expansion, there needs to be some serious thought about doing something with that road, because it's a back road going up to all the shopping that everybody in the southern part of the village just takes. I take it, my wife takes it, everybody takes that road. And it's still a decent way to go. But as time goes on, they're going to have to do something with that road. It's just a single lane country road, and it's going to have to be redesigned, reconstructed. Villager wins delay for trial in DUI case so she can vacation in British Virgin Isles. I remember this lady, yeah. She lives in a higher price community, one of the Bridgeport communities. Anything with the name Bridgeport, get your checkbook out. She got a DUI or something, got caught by a cop, and so yeah, she got a DUI, and now she's going on vacation. She don't seem very concerned about it, huh? Villager arrested twice in attacks on wife moves back home while she moves out, and that's in the hacienda of Mission Hills. Beautiful area. I don't get it. People work their whole lives to get money and equity and things to be able to have the retirement that they want, whatever it may be. And then it comes time to retire, and they come down to a place like this. They spend a lot of money on a house, and they went through a lot of trouble, like we all did, selling homes up north, and getting new doctors down here and just all the stuff you got to do. And they come down here and fight and argue. I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe I'm old school. Tierra del Sol Recreation Center will be shut down for total facility cleaning. That's normal. Lady Lake man jailed without bond following his arrest in theft of vehicle. Well, mostly, so far, all the news is about basically around the villages, and only one or two happens inside the villages. That's good. Well, here we go. Villager jailed after cutting off deputy in roundabout after drinking at Lady Lake at Lake Sumter Landing. Let me read that a little bit. Cutting off a deputy. She must have really been hosed. A villager was jailed after cutting off a deputy in a roundabout following a day of drinking at Lake Sumter Landing. Sue Ann Fahey, 66, who lives on Indale Place in the village of Hemingway, began drinking bottomless mimosas shortly after 2 p.m. Sunday at Lighthouse Point Bar and Grill, according to the arrest report. Fahey had moved to City Fire, where she switched to Absolute Vodka, closing out her tab at 9:20 p.m. according to the arrest report at Sumter County Sheriff's Office. She climbed behind the wheel of a black Nissan Rogue, and while driving in the roundabout at Morris Boulevard and Stillwater Trail, she made an improper lane change from the right lane to the left lane, cutting off a deputy's patrol car. Fahey made a second improper lane change and struck the curb as she left the roundabout. Well, I guess that's all we need to read, right? She was not in control. New Yorker gets stiff sentence after drinking at popular Villages restaurant. Let me get that story. A New Yorker received a stiff sentence as a result of his arrest last year on a drunk driving charge after leaving a popular restaurant in the Villages. Robert J. Forberg, 56, of Oakdale, New York, is currently serving a 30-day sentence at the Sumter County Detention Center. Following his court appearance last week, he pleaded no contest to a charge of driving under the influence. Judge Paul Militello sentenced Forberg to no less than 30 days in jail, placed him on probation for 1 year, and ordered him to perform 80 hours of community service. He will also lose his driver's license for 6 months. I don't know, people. Just because you're in a retirement community don't mean that you can drive drunk. That means a golf cart, bicycle, car, whatever. You can't operate any vehicle drunk. Online survey provides villagers opportunity to offer ideas. Oh, damn it. To offer ideas for new recreation center. Lady Lake police dog Lux sniffs out pair with large cachet of illegal drugs. Legendary. Oh, damn it. Go on. Legendary rock and roll frontman to headline Leesburg Bike Fest. Is it Bike Fest already? Leesburg has a big motorcycle bike rally down there, and every year that they have that, generally speaking, bikers are not a problem at all. But every year, for some reason, at Leesburg Bike Fest, there's always an incident of some kind. Last year there was one guy shot and killed, and I'm thinking maybe another one was injured. I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't remember, but you can Google it and find out. So where's the Wawa? There hasn't been much activity at the site of the Wawa gas station and convenience store, but that's about to change. Work will soon begin at the installation of underground tanks. Once the tanks are in, construction should soon follow. I guess we're getting a new Wawa. Villager apparently plans vigorous defense after charged with groping a younger man. Remember that story? Teenagers apprehended after taking a golf cart for a joyride at Lake Griffin Isles. That's not here. That's around here, but not here. Heavy rodent activity cited in shutdown of Ocala fast food restaurant. It looks like it's a Taco Bell in Ocala. Facebook followers credited with identifying Summerfield Walmart bandits. And this will be the last one. Record-setting villages crowd shows up to fight development in their backyards. That's over here, pretty close to Brownwood. There's an area over there. They're wanting to rezone it, change the zoning to commercial. They don't have a buyer, but they've had several people interested in it. My guess is they got a line on somebody that wants to buy it. And some people that live there that probably backs up to that property. They don't have nobody behind them. It's just this big open field. And I understand they want to keep that field as their backyard. They don't want neighbors back there. But you know, if the villages don't own it, or if you don't own it, always remember, anything in an area like this where they're building so much, anything can happen to that property, and probably will. So just because it's empty this year don't mean it's going to stay that way. Okay, I had to leave for a second. Here I am 2 days later finishing up the news. Villager son to escape prosecution in burglary at dead neighbor's home. Wow. Some of these guys, I swear, take a bath. Villager's couple's son will escape prosecution and burglary at a dead neighbor's home. The 82-year-old villager died September 19 and spent the last months of his life in the care of his daughter at her home in Georgia. The Ohio native and his wife, who preceded him in death, purchased a home on Margarita Drive in the village of Santo Domingo. Their daughter contacted the Sumter County Sheriff's Office after she discovered some items missing from the home. She told deputies that a neighbor had been entrusted with a key to her father's house, and she suspected that their son, 51-year-old Mark Christopher Davis, knew about the key and had used it to gain access to the residence, according to the arrest report. Items valued at nearly $3,000 were missing. I'm going down here, get right down to it. The detective found that the Garmin GPS has been pawned at Value Pawn in Ocala. The GPS recovered at the pawn shop included the daughter's address in Georgia and the address of the dead man's cardiologist. There are still many items missing at this time, and Davis has refused to cooperate. However, last month in the Sumter County Court, the prosecutor's office announced no information would be filed in the case. State Attorney Brad King indicated that he determined evidence legally insufficient to prove guilt. Strange, huh? What else? What are they talking about now? Alligators. Everybody's worried about alligators. My God. If alligators scare you so bad, why are you buying a house where alligators live? The village's official is calling for an alligator policy after a trapper showed up at a pond to capture and kill a local alligator. Community Development District 2 Supervisor Bill Shikora said the commercial trapper was trying to capture the alligator on December 29 at Largo Santo Domingo in the village of Santo Domingo. He said the trapper showed up after an individual apparently contacted Florida's nuisance alligator hotline. As far as I know, there had been no complaints filed about this alligator acting aggressively. I know people just call, oh, there's an alligator, oh my god, he could come up and eat my doggy, I'm going to call somebody to get him taken out of here. I don't know, some people are just plain nuts. They're chicken, they're nuts, they're scaredy cats. You call all the names, call me a bully, I don't care. They complain about bugs, the stupidest stuff. Anyway, we're talking about making policy about removal of alligators. In 2017, SNAP received 13,210 nuisance alligator complaints, resulting in the removal of 8,455 nuisance alligators. That's in the state of Florida. That's not just here. There is a myth that nuisance alligators will be relocated. This is not the case. I've said this 100 times. Some people, for some reason, have got this idea that they don't kill alligators, they just take them out and relocate them somewhere else. No, they do not. The trappers, that's how they make their money. They pick the alligator up, and the agreement is they get to keep that gator for profit. They sell the meat, they sell the hide, and they also sell the skull. You've been in souvenir shops and you've seen the alligator skulls, you've seen the leather purses, the leather shoes, you've seen, well, if you've ever been in any restaurant down here, on most appetizers there's a thing there called gator bits or gator bites. So that's usually the gator tail, usually. But yeah, now they got a thing called gator wings. I don't know if it's the front leg or rear leg or maybe both, all of them, I don't know. But they skin it, they cook it. It's kind of like a chicken wing, but a little bit bigger usually. Relocated alligators often try to return to their capture site. They can create problems for people or other alligators along the way. If an alligator successfully returns, capturing it again would be necessary and likely more difficult the second time, according to FWC. Yeah, that's why they don't relocate them, because it's a problem. Fire pit in village of Finney will be closed for maintenance. Man caught riding motorized bicycle lands behind bars on $10,000 bond. His license was suspended. And in Florida, I can't speak for all states, but when your license are suspended for whatever reason, you're not allowed to operate any motorized vehicle. That includes golf carts, motorized bicycles, scooters, whatever. You can't do that. In Indiana, they had a thing where if you lost your driver's license, you could drive or ride I forget what the CC limit is, but we called them mopeds. It's a motorcycle that doesn't require license plates or insurance, and only to go to and from work, if I remember right. Down here, I don't know if they allow that or not. The Villages has new reign champion when it comes to bad parking. I read this the other day. This is not new news. It's a few days old, but it's worth revisiting. I hope I can get a picture of this. There's a guy in a golf cart. Picture this. I think it was in Lake Sumter. He wants to go to Winn-Dixie. And he decides that he's going to drive his golf cart in the store to go grocery shopping. Not just park on a sidewalk or walk in like some other dummies do. He wants to go in the store. And let me read the story. The Villager has new reigning champion when it comes to bad parking. A member of the parking patrol was pressed into duty Tuesday night when he spotted a golf cart drive right up to the door at Winn-Dixie at Lake Sumter Landing. He was astonished when the man then drove into the supermarket and got out to shop. I'm sure they had words with this guy. Hopefully I can get this to focus on that a little bit. See the golf cart inside the store? See I think there's a guy in a red shirt over here, or maybe he's over here. That's the manager, I think, of the store. Telling him to get out. I'm telling you, man, in wintertime, I don't know where these nutbags come from. New restaurant opens doors at Trailwinds Village, Jersey Mike Subs. Went over there the other day with some friends of ours. We went at a bad time. Around here in the wintertime, it's all about timing if you don't want to stand in line to get in a restaurant. And he wanted to go out for some lunch. I said, okay, if we want to go, let's try this new Jersey Mike's over here. And I knew then that this wasn't going to probably work out. Well, we go over there. It's probably around a quarter after 12, 20 after 12. Let me just say, we didn't eat there. The place was jam-packed full. They came out the door, down the sidewalk in a line, and I don't know. I told them, I said, if you guys want to wait, you go ahead, but I'm leaving because there is no sandwich anywhere that I'm going to stand in line to get. Let me see what else. Villages Hospital suspends doctor arrested on child pornography charges. God. And he's got a name I couldn't even begin to pronounce, other than doctor. Dr. something. I'll spell it. Trinetra. Trinetra. Last name. Vaidya. Vaidya. I don't know. Villages Charter School staff alerts DCF after student reports mother threatened with gun. 55-year-old Wildwood man has been jailed without bond after staff at the Villages Charter School alerted social services when a student reported her mother was threatened with a gun over the holidays. Neighborhood of tiny houses may be coming to Wildwood. Well, that's not here. We're reading a couple of things, but it's not here. It's elsewhere. People posing for selfies with sinkholes that has stressed villager to breaking point. Alligator survives at Lago Santo Domingo despite residents' call that brought out trapper. 26-year-old living in Mariana Villas apprehended with methamphetamine. A 26-year-old living in Mariana Villas was apprehended with methamphetamine after a traffic stop. Brandon Lynn Baker, who lives at 3519 Mariana Place in the Villa community within the village of Collier, had been at the wheel of a maroon Ford 150 pickup truck at 8:59 p.m. Wednesday when he was pulled over for a broken taillight cover. According to a arrest report, a K-9 unit hit on the car, State Road 44 and Legion Avenue. During the pat-down, a methamphetamine rock was discovered. The New York native was arrested on a felony charge of drug possession and booked at the Sumter County Detention Center. Bond was set at $2,000. Drugs, drugs, and drugs. Unvaccinated pit bull found tied up at school bus stop in Lady Lake. There goes the FedEx truck. I'm waiting for a delivery from FedEx. Probably won't be here till tomorrow. Possible human remains found at home of missing couple in Lake Tropicana. I don't know where that is. Okay. Motorcyclist from Michigan dies after crashing into pickup on County Road 44. 44 is that road that goes right in front of the Brownwood area. It goes a ways over. I mean, it's not, 44 is a long road, but I'm just saying that's the highway right in front of Brownwood. Traffic, man. And then I think I also reported that they're getting ready to have that motorcycle rally in Leesburg, and every time they have that rally over there's always something that happens every year. Something out of the ordinary. I'm not saying this is, but I wouldn't ride a motorcycle down here anyway. That's just me. Too much traffic in the winter. Too many crazy ass drivers that want to drive golf carts into the grocery store. I'm not riding my motorcycle down here. Lady Lake woman jailed on $5,000 bond in theft of vacuum cleaner from Kohl's. Well, that's not here, that's somewhere else also. I believe that's it. Finally got the news done, got it over with. That's the end of it. I thank everybody, and I know that the Midwest is getting braced for a second snowstorm up there. I feel for you. I've been there. I've done it. I've had to work in it. That's why we're here. I just got tired of messing with that stuff up there. So only thing I can tell you is you know, that keep it up, keep your chin up, keep working, keep saving, keep investing. Your retirement day's coming, and then you can move out of that area if you want to. You'll find a nice place to go, wherever that may be. And always remember,
see you on the other side.